What is the major cause of death in motorcycle accidents?
You know, it's really sad, and in the summertime you see so much people who are enjoying themselves, particularly along the Grand Strand region of our great state, that get out on their motorcycles and they're just, minding their own business, and then someone, again, not paying attention, uh, they're distracted in what they're doing, and they pull out in front of a motorcyclist or whatever, and the motorcyclist is now free flying through the air. And they land in all kinds of ways, whether it's striking the car that hit them or whether it's having contact with the road. And you see way too many fatalities that come from the internal injuries, head injuries, sometimes head injuries even if they're wearing a helmet, or a spinal injuries that occur. So the spinal injuries and the internal injuries are most at risk for fatalities, but there also is great risk of paralysis that flows from it as well, and of course the broken bones that can harm. So really, I'm very careful to make sure that our motorcycle community is protected and safe out there on the roads.
Can you sue for wrongful death in a motorcycle accident claim?
Absolutely, and the fatalities that occur from motorcycle accidents are staggering. And yes, by all means, the loved ones need to come in and see us and make sure that they're properly looked after, because frequently you have a breadwinner that is no longer with them, and now you have the loss of income, the loss of love, companionship, support that's no longer there from that loved one. And those are life altering for the family that's left behind. So we frequently tend to these matters, unfortunately more often than we would like to see. But that's the experience that Jebaily Law Firm brings to the table, is that we know the damages that need to be looked after. We know how to be compassionate with the family and help guide them through what is the worst possible and most unimaginable circumstances, and help be there with that person and help walk them through this process, the grieving process and the legal process, until we can bring it to a conclusion for them.
Can I still file an injury claim if I was not wearing a helmet during my motorcycle accident?
Yes, in South Carolina, the law, it's not required that you wear a helmet. Now, I will just tell you, at Jebaily Law Firm, we recommend all motorcyclists to please wear your helmet, not because it's anything legal, but because it protects you. Again, Jebaily Law Firm is focused on safety, and it is safer to wear the helmet than not wear the helmet. Having said that, many riders choose not to wear helmets, and if that's the case, whether a rider is wearing a helmet or not wearing a helmet really has no bearing on the ability to file a claim. So yes, you can absolutely file a claim even if you're not wearing a helmet.